All right, guys, welcome back to Aspire the Simple Life, Janelle's Life Vlog. We are so freaking busy this week. We've got 3 videos to do this week, plus we have a live video on Thursday, so stay tuned for more. But today we are going to work on a really quick and easy for one of those busy times when you don't have time to think and you have so much going on that you don't know what to do. So this is going to be a dump recipe, and it's quick and it's easy, and you don't, well, you kind of need some experience, but not very much. So if you guys want to have your recipe on the show, please leave it down in on my email address, Food Aspire Home and Garden at llc@gmail.com. It will be down in the link in the description down below, and it's also on multiple areas on the channel. So if you like, you can leave me a recipe and also how you guys came about this recipe. So this recipe is an old one, but the thing about this old one is that when I first made it, I thought it was the best thing in the world because they said put 3 cans of Chipotle peppers in there. I think it was. But when they put 3 in there, it actually means that you're just supposed to put 3 Chipotle peppers in there, not 3 cans. People were writing in, making all these things. Yes, writing in. We didn't have internet. Or if we did, it was dial-up. So here's the thing. When they put 3 in there, it means 3 Chipotle peppers. Usually it does not mean 3 cans because it makes it really spicy. But in this one, if you have a spice issue, just put 3 of them in there. It just gives it a little kick, okay? I am putting 1 whole can in there. If you want to put 3 cans in there and make it so spicy that your tongue, burns off, go right ahead. I have done that before, and it's really good, don't get me wrong, but it's really quite spicy. It comes out both ends. Well, actually just one end usually when you do that. So to this recipe, we are going to use black beans. I know in the past in some of my videos I have said no beans, things like that. Well, I was having some gastrointestinal issues with beans. So here's the thing with beans, if you are going to eat them, you need to rinse them so thoroughly out of the can. You need to dump them into a colander and rinse them thoroughly. So I spent time before the show rinsing and rinsing and rinsing and rinsing for about 20 minutes. And I have about 4 cans of these in there. So this can has been rinsed out. I really wish that they would make all of the cans now in the pop-up tops because people with arthritis can't open these things very well, even with the can opener. So, of course, so anybody who, wants to or whatever, I would say that, make some comments to the people who do all this stuff. You want to take about a can full of the beans back, and you're going to need this for in a few minutes. It usually calls for 4 cans of beans. I think I usually put 3 or 4 cans of cooked tomatoes, but I'm using fresh tomatoes today, just because, hey, that's what I got, and I like fresh tomatoes rather than canned. It just tastes better, so that's what I'm using today. And then it's kind of like a sausage chili. So there is going to be pork and ground turkey in it. I know, pork and ground turkey. I think there was one other thing usually that they put in it too, and I think it's chicken, ground chicken. But I don't have ground chicken right now. It's frozen, but so is my other 2 meats. So we're just gonna go with 1 pound of ground pork and 1 pound of ground turkey today for the sake of this video. Units to get stuff done. That's what I would do. So here's my pound of fresh ground pork, And of course my lean ground turkey. And it is frozen. I thought I was going to make something else this week, but I dawdled too much yesterday because it's cold outside, and so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I am tired as heck this week. So I slept most of the day yesterday after going to the rheumatologist. So we're gonna get this started on sear. And I have it on high, and that should make it get real nice and cooked up. So we got this going right here, and we'll have to keep an eye on it. While we're doing that, let's get some other things started. We've got our blender right here. Blender's going right here, and to make it quick and easy, I am going to have all of my stuff chopped up into my blender, because this is what I have right now. I have to one of these days get my processor that goes on top of here, because I make it a lot easier. I chopped up some onion, just normal one chop, just a little bit. I'm gonna add some garlic to this, which I totally spaced out. Totally spaced out the garlic. Now this recipe originally doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of spice to it, so I have kind of switched it up over the years. with the original recipe because I like more garlic in my stuff. But it is a lighter side of cooking with this recipe, which is really good, because it doesn't have, you know, the beef in it and stuff. If you want to use beef, you can use beef if you want to. I've thought about changing it, but I kind of like the turkey and the pork in it, and it usually has chicken too, I think is usually what I put in it too, but today we're just going with the two. And pork's one of the meats that are lighter too on calories. If you're vegetarian, you could use it without all this stuff and just use the bean part of things. And actually, I might use 2 cans of beans away from this whole thing instead of just 1. So we'll see how it looks though in a minute. Okay, so I have like 5-6 garlic cloves in there because I like garlic. And I'm just gonna give it a turn real fast just to make it pop up. So I think that's pretty good. It's all nice and chopped up in there. And of course, we're gonna stick our can of beans in there, and I think I'm gonna add 1 more can. Because we don't want, I don't like a whole heck a lot of beans. You'll get it in a minute, and then couple handfuls of tomatoes. That's like maybe 4 tomatoes in there out of a box. I used some of this chicken broth the other day, so I'm going to put the rest in there of the 32 ounce. So this is about 2 cups. We're gonna add some garlic powder. A little bit of ground cayenne powder, just a little, not very much. This is about a teaspoon of each, okay? We're gonna put some chili powder in there. A whole heck of a lot, that's a couple tablespoons. Some cumin. And a couple tablespoons, of course, of adobo. Tablespoons probably, more than anything else. And we're gonna put some paprika in there. I would say a couple tablespoons. And we're also going to put some red wine vinegar in there. I would say about 2 tablespoons. And then what we're going to do is take our chipotle peppers, which I love the fact that they have a flip top. I'm gonna put the whole can in there, okay? This is a large one. You could use a small one. It's a 12 ounce because I like things spicy. What can I say? Is there anything that I forgot? Salt. You forgot salt. Gotta put some salt in there. A little bit of salt. And a couple peppercorns, I think. Three or four peppercorns so it can all soak in. All right, let's shut this off and ground it up. So this is going to liquefy and make a sauce for us. Let's go. We're just gonna brown our meat together, and we're gonna add some seasoning to the meat, of course, because you have to have seasoning on the meat too. So we're gonna put some adobo on there, and yes, I'm seasoning it really heavy because I like flavor. A couple teaspoons or tablespoons of each one. And this one's paprika. I'm gonna put some garlic powder in here too. We're gonna put our ancho in the sauce over here too, ancho chili. We already used up our little bit of cayenne. We already used up our chili powder, so we're not going to worry about that part. What else am I missing? Salt. 1 teaspoon-ish of red wine vinegar. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our blended chipotle peppers and tomato and beans all in here. Now, in the recipe, it does only call for, like, I don't know, like a little bit. It says put the tomatoes in here with the liquid, but I don't have any liquid until they meld down, you know, or clean down. So, we are going to use chicken broth. And we're gonna also use the rest of these beans, which is only 2 cans now, because I took 2 cans out. We're going to use the tomatoes that I did, which are all gonna cook down, don't get me wrong. If you are staying at home and you're just busy cleaning the house, you know, you can, you know, watch this, but you can go places with this Instapot. It's fine as long as you're back, you know, making sure it's okay, not setting any fire issues, you know, that kind of thing. It's never done that before. I don't know how many years I've had this for. Probably as long as I've been doing this, probably like 4 years, 3 years, something like that. I don't know. It's been a long time. Make sure stuff up. See how nice and thick it makes the gravy part of things? Now it's gonna of melds down just a little bit with and provides like more of a tomato saucy kind of feel to it. I thought that was off weird. Hang on. More of a tomato saucy kind of way about it. And it's about a couple cups from the top. I don't know that I would put this on pressure cook because I don't think it would work. But what we can do, gosh dang it, my hands aren't working today. There we go. Put some chicken broth in here, just so that it liquefies just a little bit. And the beans are going to be used as a thickener. There we go. All right, let's see. We're gonna let this go for 8 or so hours while we are doing other things this week. I am going to put the lid on. And of course I'm going to leave a vent, it all vented, so that we don't have to worry about any of the steam getting collected down below. And there you go, there's some Chipotle sausage chili. And if you stay tuned, I will garnish it and all that other stuff too. So we'll be back in a little while, or a couple seconds for you actually. And it'll probably be like more like 8 hours or 5 hours or whatever for me though. And I have it on low. If you have a medium, you can put it on a medium. That would be fine too. Whatever floats your boat. But I'm gonna go low and slow for today, and then we'll figure it out tonight after it's done, okay? We'll see you back. Okay. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So yesterday we left off where we were doing our Chipotle chili. It came out really nice. So here's a couple garnishes that you guys can do. Sour cream, of course. My sour cream is dairy free today. It's coconut milk and has a bunch of lime in it, or I mean lemon. And then you can do whatever kind of cheese that you want. You can use non-dairy cheese. You can use cilantro with red onions. That's what I have in here. And there's a squeeze of lemon on here to make it so it lasts the rest of the week for 4 days. And I've got all of my bowls out here ready to go for all my 4 days. So if we bring it down to about here, you can see that I have all of my bowls ready to go. And I've got my cheese nice and grated. And we're gonna put our cheese on top. Yes, it is only certain kinds of dairy that bother my stomach. We're gonna have to grate some more cheese because me and my cheese, what can I say? So let's go ahead and grate our cheese here a little bit more for the other one. We put the sprinkle on here for everybody to see. And so there's cheese on everybody. And then what I usually do when I take these to work is I go ahead and put them all in together, ready to go. Like this. And then of course this goes with me, and then of this, if you have little bags, you can put little bags, but I don't have little bags, so I don't know. And then this whole thing would go with you. And then usually when I eat it, I heat up this separately and then pour the cilantro and the onion on top of it, and then put a little bit of sour cream on top of that. And there you go, you've got your whole entire meal. I'll take a picture of it when I bring it back in, or when I put it together. That way you guys can see it. But here you go. This is what it's going to look like. Just quickly do a little one. Put this in the microwave. So I do put a little bit of salt on the top of this too. And then I put cilantro. And of course some red onion in there. And of course a little bit of creme or sour cream, whatever you want to use. So let's get a really good picture of this whole situation. So I want to say thank you for watching today's video. I appreciate each and every one of you, all my new and old subscribers. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Don't work too hard, but I know you will. And we'll see you next time on Inspire the Simple Life, Janelle's Life blog. That's good.